Hello, welcome back to the God Consciousness Project. And we're going to be reading from the book, God Consciousness, written directly by God. Hello, my name's Robert Farmilo. I'm the narrator for the God Consciousness Project. You'll notice a little box has appeared. Please click on the box and get the book for free. You can buy the book too. It's up to you. And let's get started. All right, here we go. So this is reading from chapter 35. Shame and Guilt, the Dynamic Duo. Part 3. The best way to navigate all this stuff is to live in dialogue with me. When you live in guidance with me, you can avoid the suffering that is yet to come and ask him, her, it, me, who knows the way. And when you actually follow the guidance, well, your life changes immediately and on so many levels, all at once and right away. And the longer you stick with it, the more profound the changes are, and the more connections are made between your past, present, and future. The time machine of mending what has not already happened and will not happen because of the changes you are making right now, well, this is so deep and so wide, it really deserves your contemplation of the implications of what this all means to you and all of creation. If you understand the inference of this statement, you are getting an idea of how much more complex your life really is and why you have so many feelings all the time. You are getting a small taste of how vast the feeling part of the universe really is. You know how quickly you can have one thought after another and associated feelings contained with this experience of rapid thought. When you have ongoing awareness of thinking and feeling, well, then you get a small hint at how complex the feeling universe are. You know how difficult it is to keep track of all the impressions you are taking in at once, let alone to keep up with your processing, your experiencing of the quickly shifting thoughts and feelings that move through and with your awareness, your consciousness. So you can get ambushed by errant thought and feeling, constructs that come from implants and or inputs that are not of you, of your source of origin. Part of these thought and feeling constructs can be associations of thought and feeling that give rise to the experience of guilt and shame that have nothing to do with what you are actually thinking, feeling, and or doing, and or interacting with, in, near, or on. For example, you may be offered an ice cream cone and then have subsequent feelings and thoughts of guilt and shame that have nothing to do with you really. You can end up feeling and thinking that you are a bad person, a wrong person, an evil person because of even considering having an ice cream cone. This might be related to some input and or implant about being fat, or thought to be fat, or worry about getting fat, or perhaps about how you do not deserve ice cream, ever, because you are not good enough to deserve ice cream, that you are not worthy. Furthermore, you might think about people who do not have enough to eat, let alone never ever get to taste ice cream, and therefore how bad you are, how wrong it is for you to even think about having some ice cream. Guilt and shame erode your sense of being worthy and useful and helpful. Guilt and shame make you not do things, certain activities, or even thinking or feeling certain thoughts and feelings because they are bad, or dirty, or sinful, or evil. Essentially, guilt and shame are used to make you weak and small, and are also used to keep you out of trouble. The implants and inputs of guilt and shame by your society, by your family, are done to control your behavior. Though often expressed in terms of being for your own good, often this is not the case at all, and is in fact done for the purpose of control and suppression of natural desires that you cannot be trusted to experience or control yourself. Guilt and shame are established by an investment in disapproval by the inputters and or implanters. The disapproval is reinforced by a variety of signals and feedbacks that seek to humiliate and degrade your sense of being okay as a person in relationship to that which you are being made to feel guilty and ashamed about and of. I know this reads almost like a legal contract. In a way, that is what it is. As the description goes, what is most evident to me that you are programmed early on to feel and think certain ways about certain things, thoughts, feelings, and actions that have very little to do with me at all, and very little to do with the real you. Some of the constraints on your behavior are understandable. You are encouraged to be a person who behaves within a certain range of socially acceptable behavior patterns. And this is so you get along and don't get into a lot of trouble. Okay, we're going to stop the reading right there. That's the end of part 3 of chapter 35. Oh yeah, there's that box again. Make sure you click on it, check out the website, get the book for free, and you can also buy it too. It's up to you. And we'll see you next time for part 4 of chapter 35 from the book God Consciousness, written directly by God. Okay, see you next time. Bye for now.